Hi everyone, this is a video on how to make ballast loads for your wagons. This is a technique I use for mine. It's not the only way, and it's not the best way probably, but it's probably the cheapest way and an easy way. What you'll need is some PVA glue, a PVA and water mix, whatever ballast you want to use to go in your wagons, and then the back of a photo frame, this spot here. I think it's just really thin MDF. So yeah, you take your photo frame you don't want to use anymore, or go and buy some cheap ones, and then just take this bit out here, and there we go. Okay, so the first step is to take whatever wagon you're going to use. In this case we're going to use this rail track ballast wagon. Take the back of the photo frame and just put your wagon on top of it and draw out the size of the wagon, and you end up with something like this. Make sure they fit into the wagon first when you've cut them out. Sometimes, even if you have drawn around, they'll need a trim to fit in. And do this now, because once they're all glued together it's a bit more difficult to cut them out. Once you've done that, get some PVA glue and stick however high you want the load to be in the wagon. Of course it mustn't go past the top, otherwise you'll see it. So it can be really low or really high, depending on what you want. When you're cutting out the loads from the photo frame, keep all these spare bits, like this bit on the end here, this bit here, because it can come in handy when you're making the top of the load. Just stick it on top to prevent the load from looking flat, so when we put the ballast on it will go up a bit in the middle. Once you've done that, so you stick them all together and up like something like this. Check again that it fits into the wagon, just one last time. Then once you've done this, you need to paint the load in whatever colour the ballast is. So if you're going for black ballast, use black paint. If you're going for a grey ballast, use grey paint. And this is really just so that when you put the ballast on, if there are parts that show through, we can't see this horrible colour underneath. So once that's dry, you take your PVA glue and paint over the top, and then cover it in the ballast what you want to use. And then once you've done that, you'll end up with something like this. And then once that's dry, just go over with the water and PVA mix, just so the ballast doesn't fall off when you're touching the load. So that's it. It just fits into the wagon, and then when you want to take it out, you just tip the wagon upside down and it falls out easily without having to mess around. You can also make some other loads for your yogs. This is a load, just some planks of wood. What I did is used matchsticks, which I have a lot of. You just stick this onto a piece of cardboard, and then make a pile of them with PVA glue. And once it's dry, you just peel off the cardboard underneath. You can see still a bit of cardboard there, but it doesn't matter because we can't see that. And there you have your load. You can also make these pipe loads. I just used straws. Same technique is this. Just take a piece of cardboard, as you can see here, and then stack them up with PVA glue every time, and then paint them. You won't be able to get the cardboard off these ones because otherwise straws will start coming off the bottom, so you have to cut the cardboard so that it's kind of almost not there. And the wagon technique can be applied to any wagons. For example, this mineral wagon, I've made a load for this one. The only exception is I've put some stones in at the bottom to avoid having to stack, this much back frame onto it. So when I just put the load in, there it goes, and then we have our mineral wagon load. And you can apply the ballast load technique with the wood I have here. So I've got this OBA wagon in EWS, and what I've done is done the same technique as this, taken out the size of the wagon, and instead of putting ballast on, I've just used the matchsticks to represent a wood load, and the same, that just fits in nicely, and there you have it. So please feel free to try this technique. If you have any questions, do ask, and enjoy. Thanks for watching.